Hello and welcome to HMG's Global Leadership Institute Spotlight. I'm here with Patrick Benoit. Patrick is the Global Chief Information Security Officer for Brink, Inc. Patrick, congratulations on your nomination and winning this year's award for the Mid-Cap Global CISO.
I really appreciate it, Hunter. You know, it's an honor to be recognized this way. But, you know, I have to give credit where credit is due. I heard somebody once say that we can't whistle a symphony by ourselves. And I think it's important to understand that it's the team that I've had, the teams that I've had around me that have put me in this position. And I'd love to take full credit, but I can't. I hopefully am pointing in the right direction and giving vision and helping the teams be successful. But I'm part of the success of all of them together.
Patrick, well stated and spot on, 100%. You know, when you think about the innovation cycle we're in and keeping the enterprise safe and secure is so critical and vital, what are your thoughts regarding innovation at the right speed in a mature organization? Yeah,
and that's the key to that, Hunter, is the right speed. I always say to people try and come sell me the next new fancy thing. And depending on where I am, my answer is, well, I don't really need a Ferrari because I'm trying to haul hay right now. I'm trying to haul a load of dirt. So I need a truck right now. I don't need a Ferrari. And so that's how you get into that discussion about balancing, you know, what your spend is and what you're changing versus what you really need to accomplish. I think we far too often overlook our foundation and we end up building the house on sand, so to speak. So it's great to innovate, but we have to pick and choose that innovation that's consistent with the level of maturity that we have and the ability to use it as we go forward. What we don't want is a 20% solution. We want, an 80, 90, 95% solution when we spend the money.
Perfectly stated, Patrick. So that's on the innovation side with all cool technologies like AI and cloud. When you think of cyber, the cyber landscape and threat landscape dramatically changed over the last 3 years. What are you thinking about relative to keeping the enterprise safe and secure, and how are you doing it?
Yeah, and the biggest change is, again, we often kind of focus on, oh, well, here's ransomware, or, oh, here's the next new attack, the next new exploit that's out there. And that's important to pay attention to. But what's really changed, especially from an AI point of view, in my opinion, is I don't think the AI is going to be used as much in cyber to, how do we chase the next or find the next vulnerability directly. I think the biggest impact is going to be in AI used to drive greater social engineering. How do we attack the people and gain quicker information, more information, easier sought out information to attack through the people, because in the end, most of the attacks that occur initiate through people first. And so that's where AI is going to be critical. It's going to make it so much faster and so much easier for attackers.
Well, you're spot on again. Our theme going into the second half of 2023 is visionary leadership. What are your thoughts around visionary leadership, and what's your leadership style?
So I'm a very kind of open, transparent, kind of stand up, point the way, share my vision kind of leader. So I have to often caution my teams early on that if I'm in a meeting and we're talking and I say, XYZ would be a good path to follow, they need to understand that that's a vision, that's a looking to the future kind of comment. That's not a directive. If it's going to be a directive, then I'll let them know up front. So I live on transparency. I live on team. I live on learning the soft skills that, as we call them. We have to be empathetic, and then I teach my team the four agreements that came from a book years ago, and that is, we always have to be as honest as we possibly can. Nothing is personal. It's all about the business. It's all about the other person. It's not personal attack against you. Never make assumptions, make observations, and then always do your best. If we do that, and we all strive to do that, then we can be successful together.
When you think about that, genius moment when you landed at Brinks, when did you get that? When was the aha, or that genius moment, and you pivoted and you came up with the next new idea or the next new vision that you began to cascade down into your team?
Yeah, it actually, having only been here 5 months, it actually happened relatively recently. And it was I think we're seeing an industry trend where time, especially in security, but likely in technology the same way, we've had this surge of vendors that have come out, startups that have all these neat new things that they're doing. And because we were focused on this idea of best in breed as opposed to platforms from the past, we have hundreds and possibly even thousands of new breed applications and tools that do just one specific thing. Well, the problem is that one specific thing means we end up with 15 specific things we have to pay attention to in a tool set. I'm starting to see the trend that we're getting. Some of the companies are now taking what they have as best in breed, and they're starting to bring that back together as an integrated kind of platform. So I think we're seeing that shift over again. And that was a big aha moment to me, that to look at it and go, I don't need to be so focused on specific critical functions as much as I am, can I get the truck that will help me haul the hay, but in an integrated fashion, so that I'm not spending a lot of money, non-contiguously out to a bunch of different vendors, having to have a bunch of different support and a bunch of different training. So that was a big aha moment.
So when you think partners really are key in anyone's success in your roadmap, your cyber security roadmap, how do you vet partners, and how do you know you have the right partner?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, a lot of it comes down to relationship too. I'm not super fond of partners that, and I know they have to do this. I understand the business, but I'm not super fond of repetitive cold call, touch points. Like, I'm going to send you an email 15 times and hopefully you'll answer me eventually. I'm much more attuned to the idea of a partner coming in and saying, hey, I want to get to know what's going on. Can we spend some time just talking? Not even mention that, hey, we have a solution for you. And it's a much softer approach, but I think it's much more effective. It's a longer lead time. It takes longer to generate that. But I think in the end, it's going to generate more partnership, more business, and longer term relationships for the business too.
Patrick, congratulations on all your success. Key to being successful in this day and age is having the right relationship with the CIO, your CTO, or your whole team, your whole organization, the business, and the CEO, the COO, and the CFO. Talk to us about how you create rapport with the C-suite and the board.
It comes down to the idea of 2 ears and 1 mouth, so try and listen more than you speak. Build that relationship from a business point of view too. I think CIOs have evolved over time from what used to be the directors of IT, and then they started developing more and more business acumen and presenting that forward as part of being a true leader in the executive leadership team. I think CISOs are seeing that same evolution starting to occur. So in my opinion, the more successful CISOs and CIOs are much more focused on how do we achieve business success rather than how do we achieve technology success or security success. So I tell everybody in the business at all levels that there's only 2 things that my team is good for, and that's to help reduce or mitigate risk, and then to help enhance revenue, drive or enhance revenue. If I can't focus those 2 areas and get something accomplished in those 2 areas, then I'm not achieving what the business needs me to.
Great stuff, Patrick. At HMG Strategy, we're studying what matters most for CISOs, CTOs, and CIOs to be successful, driving innovation, disruption, reimagining that customer journey, reinventing new business models. You said it, new revenue streams. When you think of visionary leadership, how do you elevate yourself and your team to think in that way?
Well, and I speak to everybody I speak to, I say kind of the same thing. If you want to be a leader, it's great that you have expertise in a particular domain or a particular, subject matter, but you already have that. Getting more of that is not going to advance you in that business leadership role. In the business leadership role, if you're not studying all of the aspects of business, whether it be the finance side or the sales side, the marketing side, the business operations side, then you're shorting yourself out. I think primarily the first part is that sales thing. There are so many wonderful, wonderful techniques and tips that come out of sales training. And I think it's important that business leaders, especially technology leaders, accept the fact that they need to come over to the dark side. They need to learn about sales. They need to learn about marketing and start applying those skills to help be an integral part of that sales team for their company.
Patrick, brilliantly said. Well done. Congratulations on being our top pick, my top pick for the 2023 Global Leadership Institute Recognition Program for Mid-Cap CISO. Again, congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Hunter, and I'm very honored.